Hello, all. Welcome back to Mail Matter. Make sure on your way in that you subscribe, share, and text it to a friend. Um, Today is Tuesday. It is. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is enjoying their week. It is almost Christmas. It will be here tomorrow. So start getting ready. Start going to Temu and all those places. Y'all better quit playing. It's the same stuff that's in the stores. I'm just saying, especially cleaning stuff. So I have our co-host introduce herself, and then we will get started for today because T is ready.
Hi, everybody, and happy Taco Tuesday. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I made breakfast for dinner. So that's what I had. For lunch, I went and got a pastrami sandwich from Golden Ox. I've actually eaten today.
That's good.
Been good too.
I got my banana again and some fruit. Not too tasty.
Okay.
Look, I'm like, not too tasty.
Now, that was me yesterday. I couldn't eat yesterday, but today I could. So let's jump right in because we have 3 clips from Tia to play. So let me set the tone, okay? As usual, they be messing with TT, okay? They meaning Rick Ross, meaning her baby daddy. Like, bruh, leave this girl alone because to me, she didn't bother nobody until I think a girl came for her first, but he didn't defend her. So now he said stuff about her. Listen, you've been with this woman forever. You know that she knows all of your secrets, and you know that because you were not there for your son the way that you should have been, it has deeply, deeply, deeply hurt this woman. And I can't be mad. I have not birthed a child, but if I'm this mad about things you do to Skylar and Kiera, I can't imagine how much more is upsetting, especially the dad got the nerve to be rich and famous and you
Right.
worried about scholarships. Like, no, but at that point, you basically said F us, so I'll throw you to the wolves. So she's decided to start talking about the Diddler and Ricky Boy. So she's waiting for witness protection, allegedly. We're gonna hear it today. We don't even have a hot topic because baby, it can't get no hotter than this. So pour up a drink. If you haven't had dinner, go ahead and get your dinner ready. But pick up your feet. Each one is 3 minutes. But let me tell you, it goes so fast because it's Tia. So that's why I'm gonna jump right in, and I'm gonna stop talking, and we'll talk about it after. Here we go.
We finna talk about some real tea. Your brother over there paying people to put hits out. He over there paying people to put hits out and running off with his money, and it's getting back to me. So now I'm finna send the feds over there to y'all empire. See, you had the right today.
Say what now? Not Tia Kemp exposing the names of the people that Rick Ross unalived in order to keep his freak-off relationship with Diddy a secret.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Ooh-wee, I'ma need y'all to hold my hands for this one because Rick Ross's baby mama Tia Kemp just took this entire drama with Diddy to a whole new level of messiness after she jumped on IG Live and spilled the tea about how Rick Ross has been taking people out. Tia even went as far as revealing the names of the innocent people that Rick has unalived, and according to her, there are even more skeletons in his closet, but she's just gonna reveal the rest after she gets protection from the feds. Now, this ain't the first time that Tia has dragged Rick into Diddy's case and exposed some disturbing information about him. Not too long ago, she also called him out for being one of Diddy's power bottoms, but this allegation about him taking people out is way more serious than anything she's ever accused him of. And word on the street is, the feds are already working to get her into witness protection. Okay, so this entire mess went down just a few days ago when Tia got into it with her baby daddy, Rick Ross, for the 1 millionth time. It's unclear why exactly she woke up that morning, and the first thing she decided to do was come at Rick, but from the looks of it, she and Rick's family members were having some kind of disagreement, and she just decided to show them that she was the queen of pettiness by coming on IG Live to spill some incriminating tea about him. She started off her rant by claiming that Rick put a hit out on her. However, the people he paid to take her out ran off with his money and went behind his back to warn her about what he tried to do to her. And mind you, Tia is the mother of his child, and he had the audacity to try and unalive her. If that's what he's capable of doing to the mother of his baby, can y'all even imagine what he would do to a stranger that crosses him? He needs to be in jail.
So we finna clock this tea right here. Renee says you want to stay keeping up. We finna talk about some real tea. Your brother over there paying people to put hits out. He over there paying people to put hits out and running off with his money, and it's getting back to me. So now I'm finna send the feds over there to y'all empire. See, you had the right today. You keep playing with me, I'm finna tear y'all empire down.
Tia said Rick is also responsible for the death of several people, including a woman named Miss Carol, whose death is still unresolved and actively being investigated by the cops and her family. According to Tia, the woman was unalived on her way home by Rick and his crew. Oh, but that wasn't all. Tia brought up the death of another man, who she claims Rick unalived in front of one of his properties, properly known as the Black House.
You know what I like? Coconut water. Whole one. Drill a hole in it and put a cane straw in it for me. I'm mad right now. Ain't hit me and my baby prom in 2 weeks. I'm finna go let out. Turn that down, man. Turn it down. It's quiet right now.
So that's part 1 of 3. What is your feedback, Rose?
I like Tia, but I wish if that was true, I would have just kept it to myself and just worked with the feds. Like, I wouldn't have put it out there on social media. I don't know. I wouldn't have moved like that. Even if she did find out that that is true, that he tried, put a hit out on her, I wouldn't have put it out there on social media that I knew at all. Nobody would know that I knew at all. I would just be working with them. So I don't like that she did that, and I actually like Tia, but that I wouldn't did that. So sometimes when I see stuff like that, when I seen that, I was like, I wonder, is this true, or if they just doing this for clickbait? Because it seemed like she should know that. Like, I don't know. I just think that if it really is true, she should have went about it another way. I wouldn't have put it out on social media.
But you notice, so did you notice that they said that she released a little bit of the information that she knew, but not all of it? She's waiting for the feds to protect her.
I wouldn't have released nothing. I wouldn't have released nothing until I was in protective custody. I would not have released nothing. Because you never know what could happen between you getting in protective custody. Anything can happen.
Do you think by all of them, because she's not the only one, technically every last one of them did it that way. Do you think that because they know that people have been unalived and they had to keep those secrets, that's why they're saying part of it outwardly like that, so that they can be semi-protected, or that the police will take it more serious?
I don't know, because some of the people, we'll say like the people that's coming out now and stuff, I
mean the real ones, not the ones that's just saying, oh, by the way, it happened to me, like the one that did it for Chris Brown. Not like that. I mean the ones that was really with the men all of this time, involved in close, like a security, ones that truly know the power or the fear or like those type of things.
I still think I would have waited. I wouldn't have said nothing. She didn't have to say nothing, because he was gonna be looked at by the feds anyways, because that man that you put up there, not that you put up there, that Hispanic man that was up there, he was saying Rick Ross' name in it and everything. Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and all of them. So I'm pretty sure that the feds is looking at him anyways. I would have said nothing. Because people will try to take you out for a little bit of money. Just look at
they already did. I think that's why she said something, because...
No. I'm just saying they'll still try to take you out for a little bit of money. Did she say how much?
No, but she said whatever the amount was, they took it and ran off with the money and told her instead. Because think about it, though. The reality, so that to me set the tone. To me, that's the reason why she did it. And to me, I think that's the reason why she said it publicly, too. Because you have already tried to do it, but you not even thinking smart enough to think at this point in real life, nobody that move or do things that they would have normally did would want to do them right now. So if any of y'all try to pay somebody to do something right now, they probably won't do it, and they probably will get you for your money, because at this point, y'all are weak right now, if you will, because all of the eyes is on you. Like you said, all of y'all are going down. What you gonna do? Come back and get the money? Like I think that all of the ladies and all of the people that have been scared to this point know that it's finally a time where everybody is paying attention. It's finally a time when they're not on the winning side of everything. So they could do things a little different, if you will. But I think that most of them want to make some part of it public to protect themselves. I don't know if I would have went that far, like you said. Even if I said you sent a hitman for me, I don't know if I would have said unalive somebody in the driveway and things like that. But that's crazy, though. She have more to tell. That's crazy. That's crazy. That means these men was really just allegedly doing this stuff as a sport. Because to me, what she said is that that's enough to put you away for life. How much did these people see? Do you understand?
Right.
Do y'all understand that? Well, those of you that watch me and most of you that are on here are probably family and friends anyway. The way that Juggie's murder, because that's what it was, impacts me till today is completely different than everybody else that I've lost. That's way different. So I can't imagine being the one there seeing somebody take somebody's life, because a lot of times they make people watch it. So now you're an accomplice, or they're trying to show you that they'll do it to you too. That mentally it takes you to another place. So for these people to have seen it more than once, and then you watching the family cry or look for the person and all of that, I think some of them is just so happy to speak at this point. But I just can't imagine how much more it will be. And he's definitely going down because she told him in advance. She's telling everything. Ooh, okay. Here we go for the next one. I don't want to be in witness protection. I'm with you, Rose. If anything, I would go tell about him trying to unalive me so that they could maybe put patrol on me. I would hire security because she do the show now and all of that. She could hire that and it could be a write-off. I want security on my son. I would want things like that. But as far as telling all the rest of the stuff, that they're going to find out enough. To your point, they're going to find out enough. And if you wanted to offer the family closure, I would have probably wrote an anonymous letter or something like that. And I wouldn't want to be mean.
Yeah, it would have been no ties to me at all.
No, I wouldn't want the ties to me at all. Hey, you. Good evening. Hopefully you have a drink because my nerves is bad. Because the first thing I thought of, make you laugh before I play the next clip. The first thing I thought of is, how in the movies where these people, the woman be like, and I'm going to tell everybody that you did botch. Like, did you really tell them that? They crazy as heck. And you told them that because you just can't keep your mouth shut. Women don't know when to keep their mouth shut to save your life. It reminds me of the movies. Like, you don't think you didn't want to. Next clip.
What you quiet for? Nobody want to see your Louis outfits and sneakers. Nobody want to see it. Nobody don't care to see the Jets no more. You running out of Go over there and get Diddy a hug. Go ride the bike with him, you fat. You know what time it is. Prom time. You ain't sent the message since December 9th, you big bag. But I'm not finna play with you. I'm not.
This revelation caused a mixed reaction on social media, with some people saying that Tia's just doing this because she's mad that Rick dumped her for a younger woman. And others are also slamming her for sitting on this information for all these years and only spilling the tea after Rick Ross pissed her off. One person said, yeah, she may get on here and do a lot and talk a lot of ish about him, but maybe y'all didn't hear what she said. Rick paid somebody to unalive her. Instead, they took his money and got the information to her. I don't even care for Tia, but paying someone to unalive your child's mother, but wouldn't even pay her child support is out of pocket. Another person said, and for all those calling her bitter and saying she's lying, I want to know this. There's no way on earth a man with everything to lose wouldn't sue her for defamation if what she's saying about him wasn't true. If not to win money, but to win legal silence. Now, it's unclear when exactly Rick sent the hit out on her for her to be taken out by his people, but folks think it was just months ago when she exposed him for being Diddy's freak-off partner. Yeah, y'all heard that right. A few months ago when Diddy's house got raided by Homeland Security, Tia jumped on IG Live and accused Rick of running to Miami to lay low for a while, because he's scared that he might be next to be investigated after Diddy. According to Tia, Diddy has multiple tapes of Rick getting freaky at these parties, and he plans to turn everything over to the feds at the right time.
You big mouth. Will, I want you to talk. Don't be scared now. No Diddy, huh? You scared now, huh? I know y'all on them tapes. Freaky. I know you is. 10 churn have. It's got to show them churns now. I ain't gonna let off you. You should have been shut this big mouth hole up. You know it. You know it. Send me a fruit bat. I'm mad right now. Ain't hit me and my baby prom in 2 weeks. I'm finna go let out. Turn that down, man. Turn it down. It's quiet right now. What you quiet for? Nobody want to see your Louis outfits and sneakers. Nobody want to see it. Nobody don't care to see the Jets no more. You running out of now. Go over there and get Diddy a hug. Go ride the bike with him, you fat. You know what time it is. Prom time. You ain't sent a message since December 9th, you big bag. But I'm not finna play with you. I'm not. You gonna make me come to the gate, fat. You've been in Miami a lot because you ain't got no motions. It's slowing down. I heard you, fat. Heard. I'm gonna get you, Will. I'm gonna get your. I'm gonna get Universe. Do your work on that big back. And if you keep sending motherfucking messages around, that's getting back to me. I'm gonna come over here and tell it all. You be told your be toe in next. You know what I'm talking about.
This revelation from Tia was not a good look at all for Rick, because people started digging into his affiliations with Diddy and they realized that he was also deeply tied to everything. In fact,
Does she want the universe to do the job, or is she doing the job?
She's doing it.
Only thing that I don't like.
I understand her being mad wholeheartedly. I couldn't even imagine your child's father trying to get you unalived and paying for it. Like, I understand that she's mad, but she doing too much. She doing too much.
She's doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, let the universe. Karma comes around. You never know when it's gonna come back, and it would have got him. You wouldn't even have to do nothing. Now, I probably, like I said, I would have told the police so I could have had protection or something. But for me to air you out on social media, I'm not about to do all that. Like I said, they have people nowadays that are unalived you for nothing. Well, look at what happened with Young Dolph. The boy said he unalived him, and he only got $800.
So I have a question for everybody. How come nobody said Cassie was doing too much?
Cassie never did what he is doing.
How? She aired it out and put it out there before a suit was even filed. There was no, remember, it wasn't even on nobody's desk yet. That was just what they presented and said, this is what we are going to file. What did she go on social
media and do?
How did her stuff get released? Her lawyer released it.
I know, but I'm saying she did not, she ain't on.
You wrote it. You did it. You still did it. You indirectly did it. You did it this way. She did it this way.
It's still different. If Cassie,
how is it different?
That's what I'm saying.
That's my question.
If Cassie would have got on social media, not have no PR person do it, but if Cassie would have got on social media just like Tia and was like, oh, P. Diddy did X, Y, and Z, and whoop, 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 and whoop, 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 I would have said the same thing. Like, the way Cassie did it is the way it should be done. Let the lawyers and the people that you pay, that's gonna pay, that you pay and take care of that. You don't gotta do that. You don't have to do that. I don't feel like Cassie and Tia did it the same way. Cassie did it the right way.
No, they didn't do it the same way. They still executed this. They had the same goal in mind. One just did the same
goal in mind, but it's just and P. Diddy. Well, he did allegedly. Well, it ain't no allegedly. We've seen him beat her up. But he wasn't out putting hits on her and stuff.
social likability.
I just feel like I feel like Cassie did handle it the right way. And Tia just is in anger right now, so she's not thinking correctly. Like, that is a lot on somebody, but I don't think she's thinking correctly. Like, she's in the heat of a moment right now. And she's not thinking correctly. Because how you doing it ain't right. I understand, but it ain't right. Because I want him in jail too. Hell, I'll probably be feeling like, yeah, you putting one out on me, I would want to put one out on you too. But I would bet you would nobody know. She doing too much.
That's why I said, why is it different? Because we both said nobody would know. But Cassie did hers where people knew as well. The thing is too, they had two missions that are the same, but two total different end goals. Cassie could not do it that way because she was going for money. Tia don't want money. Tia wanted his ass to go to jail where he should be going. When you are really angry and upset, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She not even thinking correctly. She just going off. But just think that's the way she talked about.
Or she is thinking correctly. She thinks I want him to go down. See, if the other one did not want to do it that way because she was strictly going for money, that was a chess move for her.
She could still want him to go to jail and do it a different way. She could
still do it a different way.
She could do it a different way because you still.
I would do it like that.
Still have y'all son out there in college and everything. You got to think about everything.
Correct.
While you doing that, so that's why I'm saying she didn't do it correctly. If it was just her,
even if it's just her, I still agree with you. I don't think that I would do it that way.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
She mad, but you got to think, Tia. But hopefully her putting it out there like this, they'll hurry up. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, Rick Ross is on that roster of people.
But think of the reasons that we're saying. She got kids, blah, blah, blah. Cassie got kids too. And you wrote a very detailed document.
But she don't got kids by him.
Doesn't matter. You have kids and you wrote all that stuff. You could have asked for that to be sealed like Tiana did, but you didn't. You allowed that to be public. So they both did the same thing. They're both wrong. I don't think either one of them did it the appropriate way.
But I still feel like Cassie, she got kids, but she don't got kids by Diddy. Tia and Rick Ross.
So you want your kids to know that you've been doing all of that stuff? Because I don't care what you know about him. I care what you know about me. I'm the mother.
I'm saying that I'm saying the reason why it's still different is because their son they have kids together. So y'all having this big feud, which we really ain't seeing Rick Ross say nothing. Like Rick Ross be quiet with his stuff. Tia be loud with her stuff. So y'all still have a son that has to have a life and all this stuff, and y'all doing this stuff out in the public. That's what I'm saying. Cassie kids is little. They don't know what the hell is going on. They don't know what's going on at all. Rick Ross and Tia's son is old enough to see all this stuff. People saying stuff to him, and he could get her too. He could get her.
It'll come back for him. Parents need to be careful what they do every day because it's coming back. Read that for me.
She's thinking correctly. She just wants justice. Yes, it's emotional, but when your life is threatened, you're not thinking, let me write this paper. You just thinking, no, let me tell it off. No, I agree with that. She said she's thinking correctly. See, I don't think she's thinking correctly, but everybody thinks different. I don't think she's just thinking she mad. She mad. Which she has ever.
I've been there before. I have been there where I aired out a whole room before. I have. And it was with my words because I got to the point where you got me effed up. And since you did it right here, I'm going to expose it right here because we're not having no secrets. So I get like why stuff like that could happen too.
Right.
I get all of them. I think that there is a different way that each of them could have handled it. But I just found that interesting since the comment was called out that they would say that about her. She's doing it because she's bitter, as if you didn't hear that this man put a whole hit out on her.
No, I wouldn't say, I don't know why they
crazy.
I don't understand why they said the bitter part at all. Like,
yeah. So that's what we were commenting on, that comment, not us, their comment.
Yeah, because it ain't no way they don't got nothing to do with bitterness.
I feel bad for the kids too, because people think, even with Cassie, I said that right away, like, girl, you gave all of those details. You have girls. You don't think that is going to come. That's never going to leave. Do you know Michael Jackson's kids is still feeling the side effects of that stuff because they still come? You're famous. It's always going to come up. And whether you're super famous or not, the person that it involves is super famous. And it's just going to happen. So for me, we know that you can conceal records. And again, that wasn't even filed yet. You put that out there. The courts, it wasn't leaked. It wasn't court minutes. It wasn't any of that. You put that out there. You allowed that to go out there because you went in for the jugular. Both women were trying to go for the jugular, show them that I'm not afraid anymore. I will say something now and give me what I want and hurry up and do it. Like, I get both sides.
But the thing with Cassie is, P. Diddy shouldn't have been on his high horse and thinking, if she came in there, first of all, telling you that she wrote a tell-all book, and that if you don't want nothing to get out, give her that $30 million, and you felt like no, because she always ran back to you and was timid and was scared and was on your high horse, then they telling you, okay, now we got something else. We got X, Y, and Z. We about to file a lawsuit on you. You need to pay this or we leaking it out. And so it's his fault. Nigga,
isn't that crazy? It's all of their faults. How did you, what did we call it? It's a God complex. How did all of y'all develop such a God complex that you never thought that you needed to change anything? If for nothing else, you didn't think, listen, it's certain people that we know, if y'all could pay y'all mistresses, if you could pay a hitman, if you could pay all of these things, but your child support, and to me, if I was Diddy, I would have been sure Cassie was taken care of for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I was Rick Ross, I would make sure, because Tia was in love with, they've been together for a very long time. Why didn't you make sure she was always taking care of your son?
She was just living with him a couple of years ago, and
she
got her teeth done. She only had her teeth done maybe 2 or 3 years, probably not even that long.
Yes, so y'all have truly pushed these women to their breaking point, and you left them out to dry and treated them like they was nobody, when in real life they're like your right hand person, and they know everything. So you might want to, in addition to they loved you and they was there for you and they was solid, whether it's scared, fear, whatever, I think that they should have been compensated in some way for their hurt, everything they went through, and just your maturity level getting better.
I don't be thinking they think like that.
They don't.
That nope, I don't even say that. I was about to say maybe if she would have been like a quiet baby mama, he would have took care of her, but I'll take that back.
But she was at first. Right.
Yeah, but I said, but I'll take that back because it seemed like Tia, the baby mama that gave him hell. Because if you think about the last baby mama that he had them 3 kids with, she don't get nothing. I mean, like, as far as her being a baby mama, like, he barely paid child support. I think he only got to pay like $9,000 a month for 3 kids. And think how much money Rick Ross got. He only got to pay. I'm telling you, it's like a low amount. It's less than $10,000 that he got to pay for them 3 kids. You would think
3?
He said 3. You would think that she would be set for the rest of her life. Is she not? So I was about to say if she would be quiet, and she don't even really say nothing.
Because she probably got in and out. She probably saw a little of something one time and was like, "I'm good over here. Leave me alone."
No, not with Rick Ross. It seemed like he's a womanizer, and he gets tired of women fast.
He moves on.
Yeah,
which means Tia must really matter because they
probably really loved each other. Him and Tia,
I think so.
They too much alike. Like they too much. They clash.
They go real well together, then they break apart. Then they go real well together, and then they break apart. But she also seemed like real love. Like she was the one cooking there. Well, that's what she said too. She was the one cooking there, didn't mind his other kids being around as long as they weren't disrespectful. The family person, so this all started with the sister. The sister started going online saying stuff about her and coming for her and doing all this stuff. And she was like, I know secrets about all of y'all. Y'all all tell me everything. That's how close we was. And she said for a couple of them, why don't you just leave me alone? Why don't you just leave me alone? The girl wouldn't leave her alone. So then she went in camp. Then her brother did this. And now, so they've been coming for Tia. How were you not even there in your nephew and your son's life? Leave that lady alone. When you leave her alone, she don't say nothing to you. She just defends herself because she keeps telling y'all, I'm not scared of y'all.
Well, we see
You
that.
can only be scared for so long sometimes,
Like,
and
well,
you
we
just,
see that.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's play the last one. Thank you, Jesus. I never had to go through nothing like this. This is scary. We could laugh about it for different reasons, but it's more like a nervous laugh, just so everybody's clear from me. Like, Jesus.
Was even out here rapping with some of the women that he essayed and giving us details about how he successfully got away with it. The first song was called Magnificent, and in this song, Rick blatantly rapped about witnessing Diddy essaying the members of a girl group that was signed to his record label at the time called Total. Rick said, I made a transition from the thieves to the biggest executive Def Jams ever seen. The game never changed, money's still a focal, but it's time to essay the game like Puffy did Total. Even before we could fully process this BS, 50 brought to our attention the lyrics of another Rick Ross song called UOENO, in which he flat out bragged about essaying a woman like it was a flex. He raps, put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that, she ain't even know it. 50 posted multiple photos of Diddy and Rick Ross, as well as a screenshot of the lyrics on his IG page and captioned it, what the F? At some point, you just gotta do the right thing. And do y'all remember the time that 50 posted this photo of Diddy and Rick Ross seemingly about to kiss each other on the lips during a performance? Child, the signs were all there, y'all. Around this same time that all this was going on, the interrogation video of the man who shot up the Trump National Hotel back in 2018 started going viral. And in the video, there was some tea being spilled about Rick and Diddy. He said he was one of Diddy's freak-off slaves and that Rick Ross, Big Sean, and DJ Khaled were some of the people who would come through and pound him. He said he even caught some STDs at one point, but they kept sleeping with him.
Combs.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I was like a slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I seen for the herpes and won. But Diddy and Ross, which are good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both Diddy and Ross and Khaled. They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross,
Yeah.
and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Got you. All right.
I seen the liquor. I drank it myself. Having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. All right, he calls it Gigi. That's liquor.
All right.
I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, was he scared that I was an exposure?
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now. I want to talk about you. Help me understand you. I mean, who?
Big yikes. See, one thing about Tia Kemp, she may tell a joke, but baby, she never tells a lie. However, people still feel like she's part of the problem because she knew everything that Rick was getting up to and still decided to keep her mouth shut till it was convenient for her. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this. Like this person who said, she better realize withholding information is a serious charge, and knowing too much can and will make you an accomplice. Well, Tina, you're trying to point fingers at Rick Ross, but you're just as guilty by knowing and not telling. You may be incriminating yourself. It's also called misprision of felony. Look it up. Another person said, she owes him no loyalty when ordering hits on her. For the slow dummies on the short bus, I'm snitching too. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Tia exposing Rick Ross for unaliving all these people? And do y'all think she should also be charged as his accomplice, or just sitting on all this information till now? Y'all.
So, first question, should she be charged the same way she wants him to be charged?
Nope. I don't think so. Even if
How come when the person look like this, they could all of a sudden connect the law?
yeah, like
But when I was saying the same shit about other people, even the first one, it was how do you go for the victim? Because baby, the same way they saying it about Usher, this person, that person, the names that they want to throw out there, the same way they saying it about them, then technically you can say it about all of them. Every last one. Because you can't make them believe that 365 days a year that is what we saw on that tape, or that somebody was unhappy. And admittedly, by their own words, including Cassie's, he held my music, so I went back. You said it yourself. So you could be a victim and a villain as well. If that's the case, all of them are. But nobody's ever said she did anything. So if she can go just for knowing it and not saying nothing, then how come the other one can't go? And she was with him for 10 years, no kids. The other one was with him for way more than 10 years with a kid. Where's the grace for her?
I don't think that she should go to jail because, like, all the victims were saying with P Diddy, they were scared for their life. So now, let's give her the same grace. I don't think that she should be an accomplice of that at all. No.
These women that are okay with it deserve to be charged with something. I agree. She'll get immunity. That's exactly why she did it the way she just did it, so she can get immunity. She's protecting herself. The same way that other one allowed the information to come out and not just be behind the scenes so that you can't do whatever you want to do. They both did it for the same reasons, just a different way and a different end goal. If you are okay with watching what they do, you are guilty too. That goes for Cassie and all of them. I agree. The hard part is
I think that they gonna get away with it because they could say that they were scared and how he
the
was.
hard part is proving that. The hard part is proving that. But are they really okay with it, or are they just scared?
Exactly.
They
can't really be scared. Just to think of the one with Don, and everybody was on Don's head.
The one with who? Don. Oh, Don. Okay.
Everybody was on Don's head, like, well, she kept going back, but he basically did the same thing to Don what he did to Cassie. He told her he'll unalive her. You see what I did.
But he did that at the end, bro. She said, I think what Terry is saying, this is what Terry is saying. If I'm correct, tell me if I'm wrong, Terry. Terry and I are very much alike. We're very analytical more. It was okay until it wasn't. And then all of those things applied. But we're not going to forget it was okay until it wasn't. Don knew going in all of these things. She knew all of them. She had insight to all of them. The thing was, if you run your mouth about what's going on in my home, I'm going to do this. That's completely, he didn't never tell her she couldn't leave. He didn't never tell her none of these things. So she could have left. And to my point earlier, if you truly wanted to get it off your conscience and say something, you could have did it with anonymous letter. You could have did it by dropping clues that would connect it. You could have done other things. It's nothing to do it like that. He never told her she couldn't leave. But just think about.
He told her he'd show her.
I don't care. Why do you? I don't care. Don't you care about your life, Lord?
Some people don't feel like that. That's her livelihood.
So then you don't get to be the victim. You get. Oh, you can't be both.
I think she's still thinking about her livelihood. They thinking like this is all that they have is their music. So if he takes this away from me, then I have nothing. I think that's what her and Kat that's the way she did. And then I listened to another interview with her. She said that I guess he had got her out of some contract. I don't know if it was when she went to making a band or if it was afterwards or whatever. And she said he bought her out of a bad contract. And she said, so she owed him. And she said, so when people were saying like, oh, you should have been left X, Y, and Z, she was like, well, not loyalty. I want to get it right what she said, but basically she was saying like she owed him because he did that for her because she would have been in a situation, whatever. So she felt like she had to do what she had to do until she paid off her dues to him. And then that's when she left because she's still making music now, but she's not signed under him no more. She's signed with, I don't know if she's independent or whatever, but that's what she said. But I think with people like her, that's their whole livelihood. So if he shelves me and then he can make it to where you're blackballed, she don't have no way to make no money. What's his name? Freddie P. I just watched his thing. The one that said he put out a video a couple of years ago saying that he wanted to commit suicide because him for making a band, when him and P. Diddy got into it, P. Diddy said he was going to shelf him and blackball him.
Wait, just 1 minute. Just 1 second. That way the comments could catch up to what you're saying. So can you read the comments? Read this one.
They wait until it's a good time for them to decide to say something, but you get paid for interviews, reports, and at the time when it can gain a big following.
Let me see. We got to catch up. We got a couple of them.
Right, she chose her career over her safety. I see that, but didn't Kim Porter have her info and write on it and then ended up dead out of nowhere? Oops, sorry, I don't think I'm supposed to say that. They want the man because they committed to the crimes. Wait, they want the men because they committed the crimes. So
they would give the others immunity.
Okay. I thought I was
That's true. So they're all going to be fine. It's about commenting on the comments. But I agree. There are other careers you can have. There are other ways that you can do it because I don't know. Like you said, people are raised different. But what I personally am not going to accept, and that's my right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a decision. But what you're not going to do is shit and tell me it's chocolate ice cream. You're going to own your shit and you're going to enjoy your chocolate ice cream. Those are two different things. And that's what I don't like. How can we help people get better if we want to admit our truth? When you and I talk, we don't just, and we talk behind the scenes. You and I don't just tell you the good stuff. You don't just tell me the good stuff. We tell each other, no, because I was thinking, because sometimes I'll be like, well, no, bro, you're not like that. You'd be like, no, this time I was thinking that. That's what I wanted, and that's what I did. You know, you have to own it because the bigger picture is you were still a victim. So you got immunity. You're going to be fine. But what I don't like is by you saying something like that, it's a little girl listening, you saying, see, she understands. I should just hang in there a little bit longer. No, hell, you shouldn't.
Well,
I don't care about your career.
With the old boy Freddie P, he did leave it alone. That's when he one of the ones that walked away when they were still doing Making the Band. But after he did that, P Diddy did shelf him and blackball him. Nobody, no other record label or anything would sign him or nothing because he was like he not messing with him. So he
if your boss tell you right now today that, and I don't know if your boss is a man or woman, doesn't matter. If your boss told you right now today, if you don't sleep with me, I'm going to set you up so you lose your nurse's license. Would you sleep with him?
No. But I wouldn't. It's no way that you could even do that.
Okay, so let's walk through that because it happens in every space. It can happen. So why wouldn't you do it?
But in this space,
for you, why wouldn't you do it? Let's talk about
me because I already know that you can't do it. You would have to have proof or something like, okay, try, go ahead and do it.
But if they did, okay, so let's just say that you really knew that they could. You've seen them do it to other people before. Would you do it? Why? Help educate the young girls. Why wouldn't you do it?
Because
other women, hell, it might be other women.
I guess for me, because if I did see them do that, I don't know. I can't answer that question because actually I've seen stuff like that happen in nursing profession. Not actually them lose their license, but they'll lose their job because they won't have sexual intercourse with the manager or the DON or something like that. And I remember a lawyer called me about it too because he would get sued all the time and would be like, well, they said that you knew or whatever. I'm like, I didn't know nothing. But I really did know. But it's like, you guys are grown women. Like, you don't have to do this. It's other places in nursing that you can work. It's other places. But that's different from that because if you're blackballed, yes, it is.
Let me tell you why it's different. Chris Brown was blackballed and Chris Brown is still making money. I don't care if that's your safety. So we just talked about it on a smaller scale, right? Corporate, because I really want women to know that, number one, like she just said, this does happen. It happens at companies from being a cashier at McDonald's to up to this level. And you really need to protect yourself. Number one, if they can blackball you from that space, it's nothing that God can't open up for you if it's for you. So you really have to protect yourself because as my mama always tells me, what are you going to do? Be cute from a casket? The end goal is to live, right? If that is truly your passion, I could understand how it was probably the hardest decision ever. I could understand that. However, there are other ways that it can be done. That person, if you work to get them moved out of the space, and if you work behind the scenes, i.e. Aubrey being out there, Jaguar being, it was several people, right, that was out there. It's a couple of other ways that you could have did it because Kim got really smart. So I actually have a summary of her book, and I'll be breaking that down Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm gonna get them out
What, the
two and
Facebook?
two. Bro, these details is so insane that I don't know. I don't know,
I
bro.
don't think that book is.
I sent it to you though. I sent it to you so you could watch it in case you wanted to jump on with me with some. But we'll talk about.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
We'll talk about it after because I'm not sending it to them, and obviously when I get ready to post it, so we can review it, I'm gonna hide everything until later. That way we go through it together. But when you truly want your brain, you have to. It's sad. Women are already at a disadvantage because men can overpower us. Hey, brother, men can overpower us. So some of these things we kind of have to think about in advance. How would I maneuver this? And there have been times, and it's one of the things that I went to therapy for because I'm from the hood, right? I'm used to fighting. Because I did not fight the man that made a sexual advance on me at work, it bothered me for so long because I knew I have best friends, I have brothers, I have all of these people that I could really take care of myself, right? I was only 25. That was a pivotal moment for me because was it a big deal? Yeah, I lived on my own. If I lost that job, I needed to do X, Y, and Z. I just graduated with my first degree. That's how I was going to get to the next level. All of these things went in my head in that small amount of time in my office, in the corner of my office with my door closed. He did not touch me, anything like that. It was his words, and it was him cornering me in my office and what he said. Nobody can take everything from you. And at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. Even if you came back as a writer, even if you went specifically to another woman and they took care of you on the back end and you became a ghostwriter, even if I could have entered into HR that way, like Rose said, I could have did something else. Do something else. God will get you back there. But I could tell you that me making that decision, I have a lot of testimonies. Maybe 2 months later, the person that was outside of my department came in the call center, got me out of my chair and said, I promise you I will get you out of here, and took me and gave me the HR role. I didn't interview for that role. I didn't. No experience, no nothing. She physically walked in there. Taisha and Terry worked there. She physically walked in there and came and got me. But it was because she knew certain things. I didn't even know that she saw some of the things that she saw. You will be okay. I promise you, you will. But what will happen if you allow somebody like that power is they will get like this and they will keep having more and more power over you. It's, what do they call the carrot in front of the horse?
But look at all that stuff that you said is true. But look at Aubrey. Aubrey ain't been able to be back in the music industry no more.
And Audrey is happy.
She doing OnlyFans and people tricking on her. Jaguar, right? And we know she's telling the truth about everything. She blackballed. She can't do nothing. So really, and we know Jaguar Wright can sing a lot of these. Yeah, she can sing them people down. So it's like some of them people, I do feel sorry for them that had to deal with him because he really did do that. That's why I said I felt bad.
Why do you feel sorry for him? The world was open to them just like everybody else. Angie Stone was Blackstone. Angie Stone was Blackstone. She did, she was blackballed. She went another route. Prince ended up being one of the people that helped her. Anybody could give up, that's on you.
It depends on who you
and they're young.
Yeah, I think it depends on who you were blackballed by. Now, that's what I'm saying. The people from Making the Man, what's his name? He didn't have another choice. He went into there, just think, he said he was selling drugs before he
was
Making the Man. So they was telling him he's so good, X, Y, and Z. But once he seen how P. Diddy was, then he left at the peak of their career before they even broke up. But then he was blackballed after that. P. Diddy had ties to everybody and nobody else would mess with him. Don, Now I understood. I don't know. I think I just be having a soft heart for some people, but I do feel like with them, it was nothing else that they can do. Don, she had just
Why?
I just don't feel like she could unless they went independent, and they didn't have no money to go independent.
Is
None of
music the
them
only
did
thing that they could do?
If
Because I really wanted to be a lawyer,
I
but
think
also
that
didn't want to.
that I think that still even
You
if
have
they,
a choice, bro.
I,
If you're not mentally smart or not smart, I'm sorry, that's not the word that I meant. If you're not mentally strong enough, get the help that you need. Because back then, is it a little bit different? It is, because social media was different. You could do a lot more behind the scenes without people knowing.
yeah.
You place calls and all of those things, right? But let's fast forward it to today. Can you do other things? A plethora of other things. Even if it's not in your field, you answered it already. I could have just did something else. You can do something else. So don't let that be your reason to compromise your safety. Because what if that person never wants to let you up? You really want to stay like that for the rest of your life? You choosing that over, because
But
that means you're
that's
never
what I'm
going to
saying.
live.
Both of theirs is different. Don stayed because of that. What's his name did it, and he still was blackballed and couldn't do nothing. Theirs is two totally different
He
things.
couldn't do anything in that field.
He couldn't do nothing in that field, but that's all. Just think he was from nothing. He's selling drugs, so that's what he was good at. And other people wanted to sign him, and P. Diddy blackballed him. Dawn, she was good at what she did too, but she stayed out of loyalty because he got her out of a contract, and then she's scared because
she stayed because she wanted the pot at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, so it's still kind of different.
She thought if I show him my loyalty, because that's what we do. If I show him my loyalty and I stay faithful and I show him I'm a hard worker, they won't do those things to me.
And just think, she trying to help Cassie, telling Cassie to leave and all that, and he threatening her. For her trying
and
to
see,
help
that's where I would have minded my damn business, because from my understanding, a lot of them, including Gene, who was the bodyguard, security or whatever, he also said that he would, like, if he would be walking out with Diddy, if Diddy was having a bad day, he would kind of try to give her a heads up, and she would turn right around and repeat what they told her to help her. So to me, are you out your damn mind? Like, if anything, I'm sorry, Cassie wouldn't have got no help from me.
Well, she was allegedly drugged up all day, so hell, she ain't in her right mind.
So did y'all hear that that's his new thing that you heard, bro?
Was that he was been on drugs for all them years?
Yeah. So
I believe it. He looks
no, he said he been on drugs all those years, so he don't remember half of the women and what he did.
I believe that.
Yeah. You don't believe he?
I believe that.
Remember nothing.
Just think if you own drugs all those years and all the drugs and alcohol and all that, a lot of them say that they can't remember time, like periods. Remember Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston had said that they was like, they used to get high.
Oh, really?
It was time frames that they don't even remember nothing, because that's how high and out of their mind they was. Yeah, I believe him. I believe him all the way. Just think he was.
I've gotten so drunk I don't remember.
Yeah, so just think if you drunk and high, and you doing that every single day to where you have people is just laying around your house.
So then let me ask you this. So if you were doing it before you got to that point, because same thing like what we said about the girls. Now let's say it about, I said about the girls. Let's say it about them. If you were this freak off, put your hands on people, calling in orders and all of that before you started getting high like that, then when it really don't excuse you saying I don't remember, because you did it sober. You wouldn't have did it no different if he was sober, because he's trying to say it like he shouldn't be in trouble for those because he don't remember half of those girls. Just because you don't remember it don't mean it don't happen.
You might not remember what you did, but it's documented because you got everything recorded. So let me refresh your memory, like Charlemagne did when he was talking about Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scratching around. He didn't even remember he said that. Charlemagne was like, do you remember what you said? And he was like, I just came from a night in Miami party. And then Charlemagne was like, well, do you want me to refresh your memory? And
he said that to Charlemagne?
Yes, they at the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne was like, "Do you want me to refresh your memory?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then Charlamagne played the recording back when he was like, "Yeah, Daddy, I like it when you scrambling around and all that." P Diddy looking like, and he was like, "Well, I guess I did say it." Like I'm telling you, he be out of his mind. He didn't even remember, and Charlamagne was looking at him. So I believe that it probably is a lot of people he don't remember. But this is the kind of parties that you wanted.
Right, you're doing it on purpose. The 2 times that happened to me, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't. And after the second time, I never drank like that again. Because
they said that it was a recording of him saying how wild his parties be, and he was like, "I'm probably end up going to jail behind my parties."
I saw that clip where he was like something about people don't even want to let them use the oh my gosh, what did he say? He literally said some of the same verbiage, like what happens later. I gotta find that clip. I'm gonna find the clip and I'm gonna put it in the comments and clip it so y'all can see it. Like how bold he was. What was he on? Jimmy Kimmel. He was on the talk show. Y'all just saying it like it was regular. Like, oh yeah, my stuff gets shut down all the time. They gonna keep shutting me down, and I'm gonna keep doing it. But he made reference to the acts and behavior as well. I just can't believe how much was said in plain sight, even in the songs about.
Yeah, I'm sure he has been told about how he acted. His mind is what he actually is, a monster. Yeah, we know he's a monster, but
he did it all before he was all into it like this.
And he probably
I think he did the drugs to make it more enjoyable.
Yeah, but I think you set it up. My thing, that's what I'm saying.
I agree.
You set it up to be like that. You set it up to where people had drugs, and then you lacing the
drinks. Men have one drink, women have another drink.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said it's important for a party to have plenty of liquor, locks on doors. He literally got that into detail, y'all. And he was perfectly sober. He was on a talk show, a late night talk show.
Yeah, that's how he wanted it to be. He might not remember what happened that night, but you wanted the party to be exactly how it was. That's why you had them signing NDAs and everything. So I think a lot of people too, that's probably why they did not say anything too, because they signed all them NDAs. They couldn't say anything. Just think that's why he gave them back most of the people from Bad Boy, he gave them back their publishings. But in order to get the publishings back, they had to sign an NDA. They would never say nothing about him, his kids, his mama, nothing that ever went on, nothing. They had to sign it. And that's when Aubrey had told Danny D. Kane, don't sign that, because they publishings wasn't worth nothing. She said it was under $1,000. And she told them, like,
I'll give you that money. Don't do it.
Yeah, so it's like you doing all that stuff. You might not remember what happened, but like I said, it's documented because you have photographers and everything around. So it's like you still know the stuff that you did. You was on Demon Time. You've been on Demon Time for a long time. Even Clive Davis, old ass. I didn't know he was that old, 92. I didn't know he was that old.
I didn't either.
He talked about he don't even know who P. Diddy is. When they was asking him, like, oh, have you talked to him since he's been in jail? He looking at the other men like, who is that? And they gonna say he don't know who that is. Boy, you know.
So he playing C now because he don't want to. I mean, if Bill Cosby can go, he can go too.
Exactly, because you the one who got him like that. I said if Clyde Davis and rest in
and Jaguar keeps saying that Diddy was a victim at first.
And Andre Herrera, how do you say his name?
Herrera or something like that. But
yeah, like them was the ones that got him to how he is now. But Andre is rested in peace, and Clive acting like he got off.
I don't know if he's resting in peace.
I mean, well, he's no longer on this earth. Well, I'll say that. He's no longer on this earth. So we know that all the time. Most people that act like that, it happened to them. And it's just a cycle thing if they don't get help. So we don't know. Maybe he did get.
No, even Jaguar said that. That's why I appreciate her, and I know she's telling the truth, because she tells the things that, like, I was blind, I was accepting this, accepting that. Nothing like hurting somebody, but she still said even what I was doing still wasn't right. So I'm owning what I did. She tell all the stuff and she still give credit where credit is due. People like that, I'm sorry, I believe them.
I believe
And all
everything
these
she
people
said.
not walking around hurting for no reason. I don't believe that. But something else I want to mention in case nobody knows, if you sign paperwork at a job, that's the same kind of paperwork you sign for a job, right? Not speaking, not sharing company information, all of those things. The law supersedes that. So there are a great deal of people who believe that because you sign an NDA, that even if you take it to the law, they won't help you because you signed the NDA. A lot of people thought that as well. So it's about not knowing, which is why some of them you do. If you say any of those reasons, you get a pass because that's what you believe. I actually thought that until I got into HR. The law supersedes those things. If it's anything that was
That's why there's so
illegally
many
done,
releases coming out now that he's in jail
because
they
now
feel,
people know.
okay, now I can say something because
Right,
he's in jail.
right. But you can say something the day that you sign it. You could sign it so that you could make it out of that room safely, get to where you need to get another job, do whatever you need to do, and say things when you're safe. I will support each one of them getting to a safe space and then being able to say what you need to say. What I will not support is that you stay still chasing your dream without a valid exit plan and now want me to see you as a complete victim because you allowed yourself to be a victim, some of them, because you wanted that thing. And here's the thing, it's no different than a wife that knows that her husband is cheating and she stays knowing that he's doing it, hoping that it will get better. If it does, you have the beautiful story at the end. You didn't technically allow him or her to do anything. What you did was what you thought was right to get the end thing that you wanted. But you need to stay close to God. You need to stay close to your people. And you need to use your discernment. Anybody who participated with the R. Kellys, the P. Diddy's, any of those, especially after social media, to me, you don't have much of an excuse. I'm sorry, because you walked into the lion's den.
They just like him, he just thought he was above the law and nothing else, and nothing was gonna happen to him. I honestly think that.
Did you hear they raided a DA's house? So he did have the law in his pocket. They going after them. Yep, they raided one of a big DA person. I don't know the name. They didn't release the name. They raided one of their houses. So they're literally taking all of these things down. So I anticipate more people that were truly there, especially women and right-hand men being there. See, the men, they did it a different route too. No, they're not on social media saying it. They on social media saying it in interviews. They're getting paid to say what they're saying. So they're getting paid for their pain. Everybody is going for it in the way that they want to. I can't tell you
I knew
if it's right or wrong.
That's why I
but
said,
morally, some of them are wrong.
A lot of people didn't say nothing because that's what I'm saying. He had police and all that on his payroll. So anything that he did, he was able to slide under the radar because they had his back. Just think of how many things people said happened and they was like the police came up and nothing ever came out. They created a whole.
I don't think I would go to the police, twin. I think that because I know the police is underpaid, I would probably go to a big lawyer because they want to make a name for themselves. I would get an anonymous letter to a judge. I would go higher than that. Just think about even when I was a victim of identity theft. I didn't go directly. I don't want to speak to a call center manager. I went directly to the CEO. I don't need your help. You can't help me. You don't own it. You don't make decisions. I would do it probably at a higher level, like FBI, stuff like that. And when people think, oh, you can't get in contact with the FBI, we have access to everything now, guys. You can get it out there.
But I think that people don't think that, but just think back then.
No, they're scared.
Like, they were scared. Like he was that, and I think that's what he felt. He was above the law, and he was for a while. But until he did whatever he did, that
he was. I mean, you guys start looking at. Don't look at the worst of the worst situations. Look at somebody like Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams became one of the biggest people ever and he blackballed the fuck out of her from the beginning. She still found a way. It's about you. You are responsible for your success. If you have to keep trying a million times, you're still responsible for your success. If one thing don't work, then you have to do something else. I obviously will never be a Grammy Award winning singer like Beyonce. Okay. I just won't. In my brain, I probably should be. I don't know. However, it's not my ministry. Okay. Go do something else and become great and that's something else. You never know what God has in store for you. But there are success stories that came out of this stuff too. It's plenty of people that make a whole lot of money, but maybe they had to be a writer or they had to do something different. Let your peace and your passion still come through, but come through in a different way versus selling your soul. It's not yours to sell. It belongs to God. And I wouldn't want to keep looking over my shoulder. I actually would peacefully leave, make them believe nothing was wrong, and go rebuild or do something different. If you could peacefully break it up or peacefully walk away at the beginning, first signs before they do so much in front of you, and now you're stuck. Because let's just keep it a buck. It wasn't the contract. It was probably some things that she saw. Once you see too many things, you're more stuck and intertwined. And then they make you believe because you're there, you're an accomplice, and they could put it on you. They could do all of these things. You become their puppet. That's not happiness. Even if you become the biggest star ever, then what? Robin Williams unalived himself. He's amazing. Celebrity, whatchamacallit off of God, off of Ellen. I liked him so much.
Oh, Twitch.
He unalived himself. It's not worth it at the end of the day. It's not. So don't do it. Mothers, teach your daughters, and mothers and fathers, teach your sons. Please teach your sons because this isn't okay. It's not. And
Look at
I don't
Shine.
see his mama got to be embarrassed.
I don't think she was embarrassed because she should have been able to tell himself. Look at Shine.
You don't think she embarrassed till today? Oh.
Because if she was embarrassed, she would have been trying to stop him. She liked that lifestyle that she was living with her son. I'm pretty sure a mother
see no evil, hear no evil. If I don't see it directly, it's not happening.
A mom know their child, and she knew that he was a demon. The hell?
I think so. I think so.
Please.
Okay. Well, y'all, that's it for the one tonight. I will roll out 2, 2, and 2 about this book. Rose, I will send it to you so that you could binge watch them.
I was gonna buy it on Amazon, and then when I seen it was fake, I was like, I'm not about to buy that. But it was sold out anyway. So whoever the man that's behind it, he still made his money off of it. But they said,
and then I believe Kimura has the book. Because they were very close. And every time she still breaks down, and when the stuff all came out, she went live saying, "It's all coming. It's all coming." She also now has the weight of that on her shoulders because that was her best friend. She was just with her. She loves the kids. And now she's in a very compromising position to fulfill her best friend's sister's wishes and to bring to justice what happened, but to also think about her children who would lose both parents and waiting until it was right. Well, it's right now.
She just put out a statement today saying that they heartbroken by all the thing that's coming out about. Well, they didn't say P. Diddy because I was about to say, boy, you in denial if you believe that he's lying about the mom and that they wish they would everybody would just let his mom rest in peace and her legacy live on. Like it's hard for them. Like they didn't lost. Well, lost both of their parents, the twins or whatever.
And it's opening a wound. I was comfortable with knowing my mom passed on her own. Now you're opening the wound.
Yeah, they know how she passed away. They got autopsy reports and everything, and they wish everybody would just leave the mom out of it. And I think that too, like a lot of times people want to get stuff out so much, but they're not even thinking about the person's children.
Like, and Cassie did the same. It was in her book that he did certain things. Again, you didn't think about other people. You named other people, kind of like the person that we know from high school decided to name other people. Did you know if they were ready for you to do that?
Right.
You could have just named all your own stuff. You didn't do that. all of it is being handled messy because you're trying to drive home a point, but it's because you're so upset. But did you at the very least think about them that they are healing from their mother passing of a natural way? And now that wound is going to be reopened. It has to, right? But how are you the one that got to make that decision?
Breathe because y'all keep on bringing the stuff up.
Can't breathe at all. And now you want me to say or process that my dad did this to my mom. Did anybody think where we was going to be mentally when this happened? Do anybody make sure that they got unalive watch? Who's with them? That's what I care about because they're not grown. I don't care if they was 30 at this point and found out. You automatically are going to revert back to being a youth. This is bad. This is very bad. Okay, that's it for me. On Thursday, it will be more of this and lessons learned. And then lunchtime for the rest of the week, you will join me and we will listen to the summary of the book and give our opinions. On the way out, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And Rose, what would you like to say? Don't be raggedy. Stop being raggedy.
Girl, you already know that's my word. I need to get a shirt made. Because
yes.
Y'all got to do better out there. But y'all still need to think of people's feelings. I would say that. Think of other people's feelings when you doing stuff like this. And how it's going to affect other people. Like, it was all good, but now you behind bars and your kids got to deal with all this pain. Think about your actions. Think about your actions. How it will affect others later on.
All money ain't good money. Fame is not even worth it if you can't enjoy it. It's bad enough you ain't going to be able to enjoy it because your life going to change, let alone.
Damon Dash, I had watched an interview with him and I'll be finished. And he had said that he was like, if he could do it all over with, he'd rather have all the money like he did or be how he is now. He said he'd rather be how he is now where he can be with his family and have a regular life. He was like, because it ain't even worth it.
You lose time too. So that's it from us tonight. Join us on Thursday night and then y'all could play the lunchtime ones whenever you get ready. I might do those live too because then I don't have to edit. That's a little YouTube trick. So good night, everybody. Thank you for joining.